Hello, water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Pisces, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs. I'm not used to lumping everyone up together, but I really wanted to do this for love messages for the last week of October. Okay, water signs, here we go. You know who else got this? Fire signs. Fire signs got this as well. Have the heart-to-heart conversation. And I sort of felt this was like for a new situation for them. But I am thinking that it's in the past position for you. Okay. And then you have the Six of Cups, which is about the past. We will take it. Something. Then there's family issues and letting go of control, right? Okay. So like I said, heart-to-heart conversations. This is about having the conversation with someone from the past. Because you do have the Six of Cups here. It's about money. It's a new money situation that has something to do with your past. Or in the past, as you see it. Okay? Because there's definitely a like a reminiscence here. It's as you see it. I don't feel like everyone else sees it this way. But as you see it, you know, this new opportunity that comes to you in the past was confusing. Okay? So, let's use a very simple example, right? So, in the past, when you received something new, maybe it had strings attached to it, right? So, in the distant past, let's say, okay? So, let's say when you were a kid, if your parents bought you a new bike, it was only because you got straight A's, okay? So, it had an attachment to it, right? There was something expected for the gift. Or this was a reward of some sort. You weren't just given the bicycle. So, in the present time, right, there's some confusion as to when you receive something new now, currently, right? So, you need to have a conversation with whoever this person is that's triggering this, okay? And say, you know, in the past, in the distant past, in my childhood, in my young adulthood, in my former experiences in the workplace, you know, you have to put that where it goes. This is why I was given a raise, or this is why I was doing this. And I need to clarify that with you now. You know, why the raise? What is that connected to? What are the expectations for that? There's definitely a quid pro quo feel to this. I have to say that I'm getting that. Yeah, because the confusion was because someone had either ulterior motives or they didn't have, their motives were sort of like, I wouldn't say they had ulterior motives. It feels more like they were out to gain something. There was definitely a gain for the person. So, like I said, there's definitely a gain. Like they were going to give you this, but they were going to receive this. And you need to clarify that this is in your past position. But what I'm seeing is that it's the past that's triggering it in the current. Okay. So be very clear, have the conversation, be very revealing about exactly how that made you feel, what exactly triggered it, and how exactly you plan on dealing with that, and what is acceptable here. Like, you need to be clear about your boundaries. You need to be clear about your expectations, and you also need to be very clear with that person what that former experience led you to believe. It may have led you to believe that people who are in positions of power in the workplace abuse them. Okay? Be very clear. All right? That's what the heart-to-heart conversations is about. It's about being very clear. And I do think this has to do with, like I said, it has to do with new opportunities, new work situations, new job, new living situation. It has to do with earth energy, right? Because it's a pentacle. So it would have to deal with like the activities of everyday stuff. So work, home, resources, right? That sort of thing. Okay. So let's see here. The healing from that you need, okay, then as you are getting clear of or paying attention to, because this is exactly what it is. As you are paying attention to your family issues, your things that happened in your family, things that happened in your childhood, things that happened in your young adulthood, as you pay attention to that, as you get really clear, okay? And that is not easy, I will say. It's not easy. As you get really clear about it, and as you accept your part in it, as well as everyone else's part that they played, you heal very quickly. It's almost as if, I like that phrase, it's almost as if the minute that you open up the wound, everything comes pouring out. And as it all comes pouring out, the healing that you were fostering all along, the wound starts to heal from the inside out, and it helps to push all of the toxicity out. And it heals very quickly. There's no time between your healing and having the wound exposed, right? It's very quick. As you heal this wound, you heal your family as well. They get to see, okay, there is something on the other side of the healing. If I do open these wounds and I do the work to get clear of these things, and I do face my part in it in the parts that others played, no matter how hurtful, I can heal and I can be better. So as you are healing, you very quickly heal yourself, but you also heal your family, okay? And that's because you don't want to be on guard anymore. You don't want to. You don't want to constantly stand sentinel over your wounds. You don't want to maintain security on the walls that you've built. It's exhausting, honestly. It's exhausting. And you're just done with that. You're looking for a spirit to pour in new opportunities for you. For money, for love, for adventure, for all of the things that you love about life. You are looking for new opportunities in that. Specifically money, right? Because this is about resources. There's new opportunity and resources, and this is resources coming at you pretty quick. Out of the blue. You didn't even think about it. You didn't think about how the minute that you healed your childhood trauma of lack. Let's use that as an example, okay? So the minute that you healed your childhood trauma around lack, the minute you opened that wound and all of the toxicity around it poured out, you healed that, or you are actively healing that. And through that, your family members who also experienced that, they're healing very quickly as well, right? Because you are tired of this being a problem. So you look at it head on and you see your opportunities to move forward, okay? But you didn't realize that the minute that you healed around this thing, people were waiting to repay your kindness that you never accepted before because you didn't trust them, because you had this wall, because in the past, when people gave you something, they wanted something in return, right? Everyone's like that. you gave up that. You let that go. You have conversations with people. You do. Those people, those opportunities come forward to replace what was lost in that space where you healed that issue. They may have always been there. I get this distinct feeling that these people were always there and they always wanted to help and they always wanted to participate and they always wanted to give, but you just weren't open to that. So they weren't able to do that. And they are now. So it's an unexpected gift, unexpected resources, unexpected assistance with things, right? Okay. Now, you have to let go of control. You either have to let it go or you have let it go, because the card next to it is showing someone walking on water. They have faith that the rocks beneath their feet are there even though they can't see them. They have faith that as they're crossing this waterway, every time they put their foot into the water, the rock will be there. So they are able to traverse the waterway. Okay. Now, that says to me that perhaps you were looking at things in the mindset of, if I don't know what the outcome is, I'm not willing to do it. If I don't know how this will all end, then I'm not reading this book. This gives me the sense that you have to let that go and realize that it's not the outcome, but the adventure, right? It's the journey that makes it wonderful. All right. Because this has ended in you. You know, you realized once you let this go and you healed from this, that you were never in control of it. Remember I said, you look at your part you played and you look at the part that was played by others in your life and the situation, and you now see it, and you were not in control. There was nothing that you could have done. You know, like I said, if it was your childhood experience, you were a child. You were being cared for by others. You were in no control of the situation. Okay? If it's as a young adult, you know, you didn't have the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience to be able to navigate this in a way that would have made a difference. Okay? Or the resources to be able to navigate this in a way that would have made a difference. So you let that go. In the future tense, I see you letting that go. And as you let that go, the belief around that dies. And what's reborn is truth, which makes you stronger, more resilient, and better able to help yourself and your family. Okay? Because there's something here. I mean, I just feel like there is, okay? Yeah. You're letting go of what the, okay? You're letting go. You're letting go of what people think, right? You're letting go of what people think, and that's the key. That's the key. You've ended that. You don't care what anyone else outside of you has to say about this, right? You don't. You're let that go. Because you are moving toward a more prosperous future. You're moving toward, you know, being able to navigate your obstacles in a new way, right? You are looking for stability, okay? You are not, so you're leaving that one experience of, you know, feeling like there was confusion, there was this quid pro quo. You're moving in, you've let that go now, okay? And in its place comes the healing, right? And in that place, you don't go back to that. So now, you know, you've ended what the public thinks of you. You don't care anymore, because that's the key to moving forward. You know, maybe in the past, what people thought was very important. You're letting go of control. You're letting go of what people think. You're moving toward prosperity, and that bridge is not built through control. Okay? That's not the way to get to where you want to go. Okay? You've accepted that there will be a certain amount of faith required here. Okay? You're going to have new obstacles, but you also have new stability. obstacles that come toward you, you like I said, you have new strength now. You have renewed sense of purpose now. So you are able to navigate through your obstacles in a very different way. And before, you would have, they're showing me like there's a landslide, so there's rocks coming down this steep hill, and in the past you never ever you would have looked at that, you would have seen the precariousness of the rocks, you never would have taken that road, because at any time those rocks could fall down, right? Now you realize, to get where I want to go, I will have to take this road. Do I believe in my heart that I would be able to navigate it? So if these rocks did slide down this hill, would I be able to navigate this road even though it's covered in rocks? Do I trust myself? Do I believe in myself enough to believe that I am able to navigate this road no matter what rock falls down this steep cliff? I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go under it. I'm going to go around it. I am capable of doing this, right? Because you have new strengths. That was a strength, right? Okay? And you're making decisions based on opportunities, not sacrifices. That is beautiful. Here's the thing. So, in the past, right, you were living under that quid pro quo, okay? And in this experience, in the future, you are not quid pro quoing, okay? You're not, well, I have to give to receive. What you're doing, I mean, and then this is sort of negative too. This is a negative feeling of giving and receiving. It's not balanced, and it's definitely shady. I mean, it's almost as though the person only tells you half of what they're gaining or half of what they want. They're not really straight on and clear with you about what you're going to gain and what you're going to lose. And of course, that would make anyone just feel like, I don't know. It would give me reservations, right? But in the future, you are basing your opportunities on what's the opportunity for me here. Okay? Not what's the sacrifice. Not like this. Well, what do I have to give up to get this? That's not the equation anymore. Excuse me. I was going to say quotient, but that's not the equation anymore. Okay? The equation is, what is the opportunity here for me? Not what am I going to lose? You're not dealing in that anymore because you've healed that. And so you don't go into that mode anymore. You don't experience things on that level anymore. And when people do approach you with that, you're very quick to say, no, I'm not doing that. What is my opportunity here? Not what am I going to lose? No. What are you going to gain? What am I going to gain? What are my opportunities here? Okay. All right, this seems very financial for a love message, water signs. Well, if you are single, then you should keep You should keep an open mind about the person that comes into your life. Because the person that comes into your life now is not going to look like the person from before. They're not. You are healing that issue. You are letting go of relationships based on quid pro quo. Excuse me. You are letting go of that. You are no longer operating under that as a foundational experience for yourself. Okay? So when you have interactions with people, that's not going to be a focal any longer. Now when you have interactions with people, you're going to have them with people who are like-minded, who also see opportunities for growth for you and for them. And there's no more of this shady energy here. And perhaps in the past, I mean, it may be something that you grew up with from childhood, this expectation. And so now as an adult or as this transcended person, you no longer, I say transcended as having moved from that experience into another experience, another life experience, moving on to another chapter for yourself. You know, the people that you encounter are going to be on that same page. If you are currently in a relationship, okay, and you are experiencing this, you have to be patient with the people around you. You have been operating under this tenet of existence for a very long time. And it's going to take them a little while to shift from, I want this, you want that, okay, give me this, I'll give you that, to what are the opportunities for all parties involved here. It's going to take them a little while. So even though you've moved forward, this person may not have. And they may just need the time it takes to recalibrate their thinking and how they feel about it. Okay? So, like I said, this very much seemed more financial than a love reading. I do read what I see. And your exit message was just to be patient and keep an open mind about this transition as well. Okay? So that is what I have for you for the last week of October. And I am going to ask you that if any part of this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up so that the message can circulate and go to other water signs who need to hear the message. Also, I want to wish you 1,000 blessings today and every day. And I want to remind you to be thankful for each and every one, because you have been a blessing to me and I am very thankful. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.